Expert Dennis Amakri, we hope, by Patrick Agbambu via phone from Port Harcourt, and TVC News in-house researcher Cyril Abako is also here with us. Let's begin with you, Cyril. Thank you very much for joining today. This interest by insurgents on military facilities, what does it strike to you?
If you look at, I think Sarkida pointed this out some weeks ago, if you look at what Boko Haram appears to be doing at the moment, they are focusing very much on military bases, like what happened on Saturday in Buningari in Yobe State. Before what happened in Buningari, they had also attacked Muna Garage, which perhaps they've attacked for the 4th or 5th. Or
Muna Garage seems to be
a hotspot for them.
Yes. And
so you see, when they attack, they dispose our soldiers of critical equipment, which is really dangerous. The fact that they are going to Konduga, and I remember in 2014 or 15, they went to Konduga. Governor Shitwa went to Konduga and said that he wasn't going to leave that town up on, until things were restored to normalcy. When they went to Konduga, they sacked the entire village. I think that the time for the military to have woken up, I mean, we should have woken up long ago, but the fact that Boko Haram continues to intensify and takes more strategic steps shows that something is frankly missing in our response mechanism to what is going on. And I think that the earlier we woke up to the reality, the better for us.
All right, then. Let's go to Patrick in Port Harcourt at this time. Patrick, you are a security expert, and these series of attacks by insurgents, especially on our military bases, what kinds of concerns do you have about this?
Yeah, I have a serious concern about it. It shouldn't have been in the first instance. We should not be reacting to their attacks. We should rather have been able to push them further out of the territory of the country. But the recent attack was actually fueled by the sudden withdrawal by Chadian troops from the multinational joint task force, which had opened the axis, the area from the Chad, and giving a leeway for these Boko Haram insurgents to enter the country. But it goes to say that it means that our intelligence system had failed, because while they were coming in, we had expected that some people would have been able to pick them and be able to alert the soldiers and the military formation quickly. The communities around those areas should have been also able to take preemptive action to prevent them from gaining a quick entrance into the country. But be that as it may, we have seen that their havoc is all over now. They have infiltrated into the country, and with the charge given to the Chief of Army Staff and the officers and men of the soldiers of the Nigerian Army and other services, particularly the Nigerian Air Force, to ensure that they flush out these insurgents out of the Nigerian soil. It's something that has begun to yield results. The attack on Saturday was actually saddening, but I believe that with regular intels like this particular one that had just come in, I'm sure that the Army, they're up to the task, working in synergy with other security agencies.
All right, Patrick.
That is the situation.
Okay, yes, let's come to Cyril at this time. Many times it's been said that to prosecute the war on terror, a lot of resources, are needed. In 2017, the National Economic Council approved $1 billion to fight insurgency and other security challenges. But about a year down the line, the money is still being processed. And
then again, the presidency is quiet about it. But I think that, you see, the quality of attention that we are investing in what is going on, for me, is weak. Like you rightly pointed out, we're not pushing Boko Haram, we're reacting. Many times you find, I mean, even yesterday, the defense minister sat with the top brass of the Nigerian Air Force and said, along with the Army Chief, the Air Force, the head of the Air Force should also deploy to Borno to join the Army Chief there. These intels and infos, normally intelligence, some level of intelligence should be classified. But now a journalist is the one revealing all of these.
All of what's
how much is the military ahead of even the journalist himself? Because you have to invest. I remember that when Buhari came into office in 2015, I think 39.6 billion was approved as supplementary defense budget.
All right.
This money is going to get in all kinds of things, including paying people that will give us information.
Okay, Cyril, let's bring in at this time Dennis Amakro. He's a security expert. What is going on at this time? We find insurgents particularly interested in army bases, and in this, we've lost quite a number of our gallant soldiers and officers. What do you think we should do as a nation at this time?
I think it's more of what the military or the security people should be doing at this time.
Okay.
I think just like the other speakers here have said, we are not keeping operational intelligence very safe. Most of the things we are planning are out there. And remember, Boko Haram is not just sitting down there waiting for where to attack. For them,
whose fault is it, all of this intelligence being out there?
Oh, well, number one, you can have moles in the Nigerian army.
And I think
you can have moles in the communities, that are around that area. And of course, they are out there listening to what is available. The insurgents are looking out for military locations, and the reason why they are actually attacking military locations is because they want to acquire arms. They want to acquire arms and ammunition from those military bases.
So they attack, dislodge, and then take
and then they dislodge, carry the arms and go away, and then look for another one again. And then, of course, their intelligence system or network is very good.
Okay, but then we also know that we're Nigeria and people need information per time. When the president doesn't speak, people are asking questions. When the military doesn't speak, people are asking questions.
There are questions that could be answered by the military, especially through their spokesmen. It's not every war plan or security plan of movement plans that you are going to be telling everybody. Right now, they've said that the GOC in charge of 8th Division has moved to the northeast from the northwest, and right now,
should be classified information we shouldn't know.
Is very, very classified. And right now, ISWAP is already gathering up in the Sokoto area. So, what do you expect? You know?
Let's please bring in Patrick at this time. Patrick, you have heard, Dennis has mentioned the fact that there are moles, and at different times also, the military authority has also talked about moles. How do we tackle this matter, because it seems to be a big issue in the war against terror?
Yeah, just like my brother Dennis Mark did say, operational intelligence should not be the domain of everybody. I believe that if we can strategize, I said earlier about being ahead of the ISWAP and other terror groups in making sure that you take preemptive actions. I will give you an instance. About 4 months ago, I was in the Northeast, and we raised alarm because at a point, to enter the Nigerian military facilities was very easy. Once you wear a military uniform, you can get entrance access into it. And we tried to say, no, anybody can acquire the army uniform and try to go in to create havoc. And it seems that some of the commanders are already, laxity have set in, they are relaxed and all that. We raised alarm, and just recently, the commanders in the field were reshuffled and tried to make sure that they sit up and face the challenge that is confronting us right now. The ISWAP and other terror groups are looking for arms right now, and the information that came up was that the arrival of some of the arms that were already ordered are available, and I think they must have thought, okay, these arms are in this military formation facility, so let's go attack and get some more arms so that we can create more havoc, especially during this Yuletide season.
All right, Patrick.
So some of this information should not be in the public domain. We expect that we should be able to allow the military to carry out the operations without not everything that should be given out.
Okay, so Patrick, what you're suggesting is that we keep this intelligence that it is. And so let's look at what more we can do at this time, because yes, the insurgents are gathering. We are still processing the amount we are withdrawing for prosecuting the war on terror, their deployment of security chiefs, and all those. Beyond keeping intelligence, what more should we do at this time?
Yeah, what more we should do at this time? The capability or the capacity of the Nigerian military to actually flush out this insurgent is not in doubt. Nigeria military can do it. What has called to question is why is it dragging up to this hour? The issue has been getting the communities. The communities have a role to play in this regard because these insurgents pass through these communities when they are going to commit havoc. How quickly or how has the military buy into these communities to be able to have them trust and have confidence in the military and pass quick information to them? We know that sometimes these insurgents intimidate or threaten these communities that if you divulge any information, then we'll come and raise and attack you and all that. But we believe that the military must be able to gain the confidence of these people and to assure them that they will be protected and go in and make sure that information gets to them quickly. But more than that, the Operation Last Hold that was launched earlier in the year in Mungunu area, we expect that that operation should be intensified right now to be able to flush them out of the Nigerian territory finally. And with the diplomatic shuttle, so to say, the meeting between the Nigerian President, Mohamed Buhari, and the President and heads of government of the LCBC, recently the Lake Chad Basin Commission, we expect that those other neighboring countries must sit up to ensure that their territories or their border areas are not porous. Chad, for instance, has requested that they need more assistance from Nigeria, financial assistance, to be able to help to protect their territory. Right. With the recent attack coming from that axis, from that area, the northern Borno particularly, I think the Nigerian government, that is feeling the pinch, feeling the war more, should look for a way to support if need be. Because our people are being killed and our military bases are being attacked.
Okay, so we hope we can put all of those
the government,
into
the military
action
and the communities
and
to
help the
face
war
this
on
seriously.
terror. All right, Patrick, thank you very much for being with us on the news. Patrick Bambu is a security expert. Now let's come back to Dennis. Patrick has called on the military to get the people more involved. Currently, we have the Civilian Joint Task Force who are very much supporting this cause. Do you think or do you believe that the people have enough confidence in the military to give out information and support this war on terror?
Just like Patrick had said, it depends on your relationship with those communities for them to surrender very good information to you. Remember that these are rural communities that are mainly farmers, and as they were farming, they run into all these militants. And when they run into them, sometimes the militants will kind of threaten them, and then they have to give them information or they'll kill them. All right, so it depends on our own military having a very good relationship with them for them to surrender any kind of information that they will give. There is a tendency for military people to be very, very vicious when they go into rural communities. And I think they have to sit back again, redraw their strategy in dealing with this, because basically this war, this insurgency is one of the hearts and minds of people, whereby you are fighting an ideological war, and then of course the enemy is not very, very clear, wearing a uniform, basically asymmetric. So it is very, very important that you also move you can use the hardware in dealing with them. You know their location, the Air Force and the Army can, strategize and then go bomb them and then move in, capture them or whatever they want to do. But besides the military jackboots on ground, you also need the psychological and intelligence, warfare that has to be carried out. And I think that's where we are lacking seriously, because for us to win that war, we need those communities around us, and we need to be seen as fighting for those people. Because as far as they are concerned, the military is just fighting a war. We've not owned, Nigerians generally, have not owned this war, like our war, which we are fighting.
Okay, let's come now to you, Cyril. There's a whole lot of displacement going on as a result of this. And as Dennis mentioned, when the military moves into a community, it's as if the people are just running away. I mean, no one is even willing to talk to the military. How do we change the face of this?
I think that Boko Haram is light years away from where we think they are, to be very honest with you. I mean, these people dress in military camouflage. What the military should be doing is what Boko Haram goes to do. So sometimes I can assure you that there are villages where they can't even tell the difference between, they have their trucks, they have their arms, they have their insignia. So sometimes when they show up in a town, you don't know which is the real one and which is the, you know, the other one. So those things are there. Now, I have said it time and again that as a matter of fact, the declaration of Operation Lafia Dole does not exactly address the Boko Haram issue. Boko Haram roughly translates into Western education is forbidden, or whatever it is forbidden. So
should we also forbid Western education?
No, but you see, you cannot say let there be peace when somebody is saying education is not good. They are at variance. You are not saying education is good or is universal, as they say Boko Halal or Boko Dake or something. You are, so I mean, whatever you're going to be crafting out of let there be peace may not directly be addressing the issue of Boko Haram. And if you watch some footage that came out of Sambisa Forest the other time, you saw children as little as 5 years, 6-year-olds, okay? All of them, you know, praying and enjoying Salah and so on with the terrorists. It means that we are looking at a war that's going to span across generations. In Kano State, 2014, I think there was a radio station that opened up and said they are going to be sending messages that were directly against Boko Haram, but not all of them can do that because the tension is high. And even when people fear the enemy more than they should love and respect the state, then there's a problem. And I think that the level of intervention that we need, we have not fully imbibed it. You know why? I think that the erroneous declaration that we've tactically or technically defeated these people is not going to work. Okay. People who can attack 2 states in 1 day. So you're saying they're not technically defeated just yet? No, of course they are not. Between July and I think yesterday also, we are counting nearly 30 attacks. That's a defeated group. Okay, so we need the military to up their game and get this all sorted. Thank you very much, Cyril. Cyril Abako is a senior researcher here. Thank you very much for your time. My pleasure. And Dennis Amako is a security expert. Thank you very much.